And they started this program. This was the Raw for March 20th. So we've only got 10, 11, 12 days, whatever. But they started with Kevin Owens coming out, and he got a pop, but then they transitioned to the Sami music, and the fans lose their shit. And for a long time, especially like in the Ring of Honor days, it was like Steen was the guy and Generico was the little buddy, and now the worms have turned. But I like that when they enter together and they get in the ring, I like it. These two raggedy-looking putzes that look like shit, but they've defied the odds and they've gotten over. They're the odd couple. Now, as a team, they can both look like shit, and it's the gimmick. They can work and talk, and they appeal to every fan in the audience. So, as an individual, Owens looks like complete shit to be the top guy, and Sami is painfully thin, and they're unkempt in their appearance, but they can work and talk. And as a team, both of them together looking like shit, it works. It's the motif. Now I like it. Okay? It's the way you present things. They can both wisecrack, and they interplay with each other because they've been doing it for years, since before they got into business, when they were dreaming of getting into business, because they're friends. And that's the one thing Owen said: for 20 years, I've been your biggest fan. At this point, they need to shave a couple of years off of that, because I can see some people in the audience, younger people, going, how the fuck old are these fucking guys? It doesn't look like they should have been wrestlers for 20 years. Nevertheless, and then they start talking about getting together and WrestleMania, and then the Usos come out. And Jay's like, Sami, you're a backstabber. Ain't nothing going to happen at WrestleMania, or Jimmy was, rather. But Owens gives the big challenge. Brothers versus brothers for the tag team title. What about it? Yeah, rah-rah. And Jimmy refuses, but Jay said, wait a minute. Okay, that's our chance to end this, fix our problem with you once and for all. So Jay agrees to it. And then as soon as he does, then they get in the big fight, and the Usos powder out. They're in the entranceway. They grab some chairs. Here come the referees and the agents, and suddenly on the screen, Roman Reigns' SUV pulls up, and Solo and Roman get out. Roman gets a huge pop getting out of his car on a big screen. And the fight stopped because, obviously,
Why
Brian, every time you get in a street riot, whenever they show a picture on television of a movie star pulling up in their SUV, instantly the fight stops. But still, it's good. But this stuff is so good. So that's, again, now we've got the tag team title match. We talked about that on the show a couple of days ago. I said, well, maybe they could make it a grudge lights out match and not for the title, and put the baby faces over, but still leave somewhere to go. But it appears to me that unless strange things happen and one of the baby faces here ends up looking like a plate full of piss, that a lot of belts have to change hands.
I'll tell you, the Usos have really won me over on the mic. Their facial expressions, the way they move, you look at their face and you don't think this is a guy reading lines. These seem like guys really going through some sort of emotion out there.
Yeah.
Dealing with all this. They've been great. I thought Owens was good here, just finally. They needed to get to that moment. Okay, let's settle it. Let's have the match. I was certain they would have gone like no DQ or something, because that's what this company. But they've got me to the point where I'm excited to see what this tag team match with the Usos against Zayn and Owens will be.
Well, and then there's still more strife or tension or whatever, as we will see in a second. Let's get the wrestling out of the way. Theory beat Montez Ford in about 4 minutes on camera, that is.
Any thoughts on Montez Ford watching him in this match?
No, because I didn't bother, because it was 2 minutes before the break and 2 minutes after the break with the fucking replay. And yes, Montez Ford, great high cross bodies, and he's incredibly athletic. And I love Theory to death. But this is, again, it's a match on Raw, which means that's time for everybody to go piss and get a fucking sandwich. So it was what it was.